From the Club Raymond Motor Cars studio, you're listening to 1230 WBZT, an iHeartRadio station.
The thoughts and opinions expressed are those of the sponsors and don't necessarily reflect those of this station or iHeartMedia.
The home of the Rainbow Bagel, My Delicious Deli brings you home cooking with a Remember When deli dining experience. Located in central Boca Raton, My Delicious Deli prepares all of their food with the freshest of ingredients, cooked to order. From a light nosh and soups to omelets and full entrees. Choose from low-fat and gluten-free, or indulge in one of My Delicious Deli's signature deli sandwiches. Bring your family and friends to dine in and take out. Open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to go, or for all of your catering needs. Visit them at mydeliciousdeli.com or call them at 561-393-3287. There's something for everyone at My Delicious Deli, 7036 West Palmetto Road in Boca Raton, 561-393-3287. Well, it's noontime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open the lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go by easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Don and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or dream making. It's the feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. If you have a story to share, anything that happened at work or play, a movie review, a restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 1-800-889-0267 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddie S. get your happy juices flowing.
You're on, baby.
Good afternoon, South Florida. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. And all our friends in New York City, Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, LA, San Francisco. And no, we are not going to Hawaii.
You know we are going, though?
We're going back to Boca.
We're going back to Boca Del Rey, baby.
We're going back to Boca. Now, I want to let the cat out of the bag. But there is a monster announcement coming. And when I say monster, it is a monster.
Carol, we might need some breaking news.
Now, this is gonna be more than just you humming it. More than just, we may have found.
I do have breaking news, though.
Hold on.
Do you want to know where they can find us?
Where?
On Facebook. You can find us on Facebook live streaming at the Brooklyn Cafe, and on Periscope live streaming at the Brooklyn Cafe. Find us on YouTube at AMP2TV, and give us a call. This number you will want to write down for our lunch, 12 to 1, and our extended lunch from 1 to 2, 1-800-889-0267. Freddie, what's the number?
800-889-0267.
Now, your breaking news.
No, it's a hint of breaking news. You know, after a year and 3 months, you finally got the sound effect for breaking news.
Do you know why?
Dum dum. Let me tell you something. First of all,
I always used lollipops.
Are you saying I'm dum dum?
Yes, I used to use that music all the time when Daisy was still here, and then
but you stopped using it
because it's actually another show's music.
Because it's what?
Some belongs to another show.
So what?
Okay, well here you go.
So are you going to give us the info?
No, I'm going to give you a hint. Coming next week, we're going to have a bigger announcement. I can't keep my earbud in. A bigger announcement, but we may have a studio. And I'm going to tell you.
That's how you're going to present this?
Time out. I waited a long time to find the perfect place. And this is as close to perfect as I've ever seen in my life.
Nice.
But talking about perfect, I got two people in studio today that I want to get on because Doc has to leave early.
Can you tell anyone where the studio might be?
Not yet.
Okay.
Take it easy.
Is it in this county?
Take it.
It's
in this country.
Yes, it's in this county.
It's in this country.
It is in Palm Beach County.
It isn't about where it. That's not the deal. It isn't about where it is. It is what
it is.
It is.
And what
because
it looks
you see iHeart. You see how impressive iHeart is, and you walk in and you see banners in the studio.
And this is a little shack compared to the one in Miami.
Well, I'm gonna tell. Yes, the one in Miami is 3 floors.
Wait till you see.
But wait till you see this. I will compare this studio to anything in Miami. Including, where is the art studios down in Miami?
Wynwood?
What is one?
Oh, it's like a gallery, Winwood?
The design district.
The design. You know, I was on the board of the
Of
design
course you
district.
were.
Very
Job
nice.
I would compare
536.
it to anything down there. This is an unbelievable venue.
Wait a minute. Did you just say you were on the board for what?
For the design district of Miami.
When I worked with Aldo down, stop throwing darts. It's true. When I worked with Aldo, I
True
was on
story.
the board. And at that time, I was on, I think, 33rd Street, and there was nothing there.
On
And they
where?
started building. 33rd.
No, it was a scary place down there. It was.
Oh yeah, it was
yeah.
mafia, baby.
I
Yeah,
know.
watch out. It's the hubcaps where you're standing there.
But yes, we have breaking news coming.
Yes, if everything works out, and keep our fingers crossed. This is Dynamite City. But
Do
anyway,
you know why? Do you know what Saturday was?
full moon. We're back with that again.
Saturday was the full moon, and not only was it the full moon, and Sunny told me to manifest in the full moon. Daphne, I went to see Daphne, and Felice,
You told her this, didn't you,
Giggles,
Daphne?
told me about the full moon, and it has all come to fruition.
I wish I
Daphne,
would have
let me
known
tell you.
about the full moon because I got all kinds of manifesting I got to do.
Well, Sunny was here on Friday. Remember, we talked about the meditation, the blindfold
Sunny.
meditation. She did the sound tool on Freddy's brain. Yeah, that.
First of all, ain't nobody touching my brain.
I
except
want
the
to buy
two
one of
people in
those.
Studio.
I looked it up. I can't find that bell anywhere.
What bell?
The bell that Sunny had.
You can't find that. That was originally made by her.
You're lying.
But this show has been a year in the making, a lifetime in the making for Freddy, a year in the making for us, because as many know, it has taken a village for Freddy to get off the Freddy food plan and to get back into life food plan
That's right.
of
and,
living.
And actually, everybody that's in this room helped me get to that. And Linda, you're part of that as well, because I know you're listening. And Linda was the tough part of that, I'm going to tell you. Talk about tough. Woo. But in studio today, we have Daphne. And we have the man I call Doc. You got Doc's card?
I do have Doc's card.
What do you call Doc?
Dr. Henry Hare,
Is that what you call him? All those words?
that would be his name.
Yeah, it's Doc to me. Now, I'm going to tell you a real quick story about Doc. I got to meet Doc when I came out of ICU. I went to see him, put me at the clinic. We'll get into that in a little bit. And he gave me this story. And he looked at me, serious as all can be, and says to me, if you don't fix this, if you don't fix your life, you will die in pieces. Do you know what it is to die in pieces? And my jaw hits the floor. And I said, do I know this guy? I'm from New York. Yeah, Daphne, you're from New York. You don't get talked to that way. And he looks at me and he says, if you think I'm kidding, try it.
And he probably said it just like that, because after speaking with him, he's very mild-mannered.
But look at that look. He doesn't look at you. He looks through you. And for the first time in my life, I said to this man, when I come back, true story, right, Doc? When I come back, I'm going to lower this thing. You're going to take me off this insulin. You watch. He says, I hope you are right, because dying in pieces hurts. Now think about that for a sec. That is just a picture that will never leave my body again, ever. So you started me on this march to talk to anybody who has diabetes, including Carlos, which is a bigger story than me. I wish I was Carlos. I should have had Carlos here today.
I texted him to listen in.
182 pounds this man lost. He's down to 5.6.
Excellent.
Takes a lot of metformin and everything else. It's affected his eyes and everything else because it was so long on him. And he was sitting in the studio with me because he's going to be working with AMP. And he was doing boards, and they bring in, there's a big party at the other station, you know. They bring in foods, and he likes his rice and beans and stuff like that, which you can't eat. I said, sorry, you can't do it. You know, he
His cafe
drinks.
con leche he loves.
We're going to get rid of that, too. We got to get rid of it. You got to get rid of the stuff you love, and just like the stuff you can
Well, it's
eat.
funny. The first time I started talking to Carlos about it, he told me he stopped chocolate.
Oh, wow.
The first time you and
Nice
I
of
started
him.
talking about it, do not cast stones, my friend.
I didn't eat chocolate.
You stopped ketchup.
I stopped ketchup.
So everyone starts with one stop and one change. Yours was ketchup, his was chocolate.
Listen,
and then it grows.
And when I was laying in that hospital bed, and there were 12 nurses ripping my clothes
But you were
apart,
very
I was
sick
ready
then.
to stop everything.
Yes,
You don't
we
want me
know.
to eat, I won't eat. Are you kidding me? And then this guy comes along, and he plants that story on my soul? But anyway,
You know why I did that?
whatever you did worked. Tell me why, Doc.
I did that because I have practiced nephrology and internal medicine for 30 years, and 20 of those years was putting people on dialysis, 50% with diabetes. I'm sure I told you that.
Yes, you did.
And unfortunately, uncontrolled diabetes and smoking, which is the greatest danger, overweight, is a major contributor to the loss of your limbs. And so I saw so many of my patients lose their fingers, their toes, their legs, up to the mid-torso almost.
Mm-hmm.
And it left an indelible, lifelong impression, and that I should devote the rest of my life to trying to prevent that from ever occurring, because it's a horror show.
Well, message received.
And you received it very well.
Received it. I heard the bells of Normandy in my head when you came at me. But the thing is that it came at a time in my life when I said, you know, I guess this is it for me. I mean, what am I going to do? My sugar was, I think, 320. You know, I was like seeing double. I mean, it was just getting worse and worse. And then I had the other issue with the pill. It took me into La La Land, and then ICU, here we come. And we went down that street. So you meet a doctor. I thought doc would be nice and say, you know, Freddy, what about it? We could beat this.
Well, since
Yeah,
you
he didn't do
described
that.
it so eloquently, you did try to get your life back on track before you met Dr. Hare.
I did.
And you went on a medication prior to being on insulin, and you had one of those black box warning reactions. You went into diabetic ketoacidosis and got very sick. So it didn't like you take a pill, you had a problem, you went into ICU. So people who are listening, he did try, and unfortunately many medications have side effects. You happen to have a very bad one.
Yeah, but it was my fault because I shouldn't have gotten there to begin with. I should have listened. And you know, Doc, the funniest thing, I'm going to tell you, people have come into my life. Man, Linda laughs at me, but there are people that have come into my life, and everybody has some kind of message. Like Daphne, which you're going to get to in a second. I had a young lady by the name of Heather came and she put her hand on my arm. And she said to me, Dad, because she calls me Dad, it's time to go see the doctor. And I looked at her and said, Heather, what are you talking about? Remember that? And I said, she says, you got to go. And that day my sugar was 340. And I went to the hospital. I went to the doctor the next day. And then it just went downhill from there. It was like a roller coaster out of control. But it happened because she put her hand on me and she said something, she sensed something, she felt something, whatever. Then I go and I meet Daphne. And everything opens up to me. It's like a light went on. She does a test, which you're going to talk about in a little bit. And, you know, I always said that the best books, the #1 sellers, isn't what's written, it's what's read. Always said that, because if you don't read it, it ain't going to be a best nothing. And it's how she reads, and what she senses, it makes a difference. Now, that's like away from the medical field, but if you look at it in the bigger picture, it really all makes one difference, that you live longer and not in pieces. And that if you have diabetes, you still have a chance.
Well, let me ask Doc a question. Freddie come, because he'll continue to talk. He came to see you after the hospital. You gave him this talk, this, come to God talk. What's the next step to do?
Well, the major thing is to give you hope. Hopefully you left the office feeling there was hope that you could change your life. However, everyone knows that things like being overweight or obese is a major factor in diabetes. And unfortunately, there's a very significant percentage of people in the United States that are now obese.
Yes.
And it's been an epidemic. So the obesity and overweight state is driving the epidemic for diabetes. So I think that if I could leave one thing today as an impression, it would be prediabetes, or how do we catch it early to prevent it from occurring, because that is most important, because you can change it. 30% chance of reversing the changes that are leading to prediabetes, but it requires lifestyle changes, and that includes stopping smoking. It includes watching your diet. It includes exercise, at least 45 minutes 3 times weekly. And I think you did all of these, Freddie.
I did.
And you've changed your life. You dropped some significant weight since I last saw you.
Yeah, I dropped 46 pounds. You know, Doc, but the interesting aspect in the medical profession, you can only tell people, if you do this, you have a fighting chance. But people have to buy the program. You got to get into the groove of this thing. And
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make
that
him
whole
drink.
water thing. I never
True.
understood that, because every horse drinks water. But
Well, we led you around in circles, but until you were ready to drink, until you were ready to make the changes, whatever it took, whether it was Dr. Hare finally saying, Freddie, you're going to die in pieces, or Daphne saying, this is out of alignment, or Coach Leslie saying, you need to change your diet, or Giggle saying, you need to less stress, or someone else. All of these things came to you, your adrenals. But one person couldn't say it to you. It took a village to go, Freddie this, Freddie B, Freddie C, until you started hearing it over and over again. But then you got the validation from Daphne on the science, which was the same thing Dr. Hare said about your adrenals and your insulin. And then it all started making sense. And your kidneys. He's a nephrologist.
Yeah, but the bottom line here is that I'm telling people, don't think. You know, I told Connecticut, I want you to go to the doctor. Go. Get it checked out. Listen to what they have to tell you. You know, Daphne does the biomeridian, and there's a lot of whatever, different of opinion on it. But it doesn't hurt you to do it. And it's an experience. You know, Doc, one of the things that I liked about, I don't know what you want to call it, but the clinic.
The FAU clinic.
FAU clinic.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about that place is, number one, they're open-minded, doctors are young, and they are experiencing a whole change in the medical profession. They told me, no carbs. That's amazing, Dawn. The doctor said to me, I don't want you to eat carbs, because they already know you're going to. So if they go, if I can have you think that you shouldn't eat carbs, maybe you eat less, I love that. And that's what changes. It's all about the change. It's about buying into the program. It's about getting excited. So if you don't need ketchup, so what? Not the end of the world. Pick something else up.
You know, at Florida Atlantic University, which is the clinic that we saw you, we are very focused on prevention. And preventing the complications of a disease process is far more important than treating it. In other words, we have lots of medications. They come out all the time. However, they all have side effects. And the major part is if you can change your lifestyle so you don't need all those medications, it's ideal. And so when you're pre-diabetic, that means your waist circumference has increased, continuing to increase, and it's not your waist circumference at your hips. It's your waist circumference at the umbilicus, the belly button. That's
they measure that too.
Yeah.
So that is key because that is associated with the increased risk for heart disease, you know, vascular disease, and then heaven forbid that you're smoking because it accelerates the whole process. You can lose your vision. You can lose your kidneys. You can lose your feet. However, it doesn't have to be that way. Why did I change and say, wow, I'm not going to put people on dialysis every day anymore? I think what I'm going to do is try to prevent this from occurring. So I want to devote the time to prevent the disease process from advancing and leading to that end stage, we call it.
Right.
End stage kidney disease, the loss of your sight. You know, all of these factors, it decreases the quality of your life. And so once you have seen this for years in your patients, you say, why couldn't we catch them early and make them aware of the road they're going down and what's going to happen? And perhaps there will be some of them who will listen and act. But it takes a large number of people who are supportive in order to achieve that. And that's what you've done. Mm-hmm. You've developed a community of supporters, which is what each patient needs in our society.
We have a caring community.
Well, that's what I want to extend. We call
Can you
it
hold that thought, though, and get ready to go to commercial break? Please.
No, forget about that.
No.
Where we go?
We're going... We need to support our sponsors since we're a caring community, and they help us pay for our airtime.
Such a wise guy.
And we come back, I want to talk about the FAU clinic because it is something located in our backyard that many people don't know about. For those that are underinsured, those that receive Medicare, even if you are insured, but there are options. So give us a call at 800-889-0267, and we will be right back.
For over 35 years, Ruth and Norman Rails Jewish Family Services has been serving residents of Boca Raton, Delray Beach, and Highland Beach through their comprehensive range of programs and services for people of all ages and beliefs. Whether you need help with food, financial assistance, senior services for yourself or a loved one, affordable counseling and mental health service, career and employment services, or their Center for Families and Children, JFS is here for you. Please call JFS at 561-852-3333 or railsjfs.org. Call 561-852-3333. The Custom Fitness Institute is a private fitness studio offering personal training and partner training programs to fit your schedule. CFI has created a premium workout environment fit for every fitness level. From beginners to competitive athletes, their welcoming facility and certified fitness professionals are there to design a custom program to help you achieve your goals efficiently, safely, and effectively. CFI also offers nutritional evaluations, physical assessments, and movement assessments. Give them a call today to schedule your free consultation. 954-999-8458. The Custom Fitness Institute can help you get your health and fitness journey started or bring your current fitness level to new heights. Call the Custom Fitness Institute today. 954-999-8458. Health and Vitamin Concepts can help balance you through an innovative, non-invasive biomeridian assessment that measures the energetic properties of your body and naturally corrects the imbalances. Offering a complete thyroid, hormone, and nutritional profile, Health and Vitamin Concepts identifies the specific vitamins and herbs in the exact amount your body needs. Call for more information, 561-392-8448, or visit online at healthandvitaminconcepts.com. If you're ready to have more energy, better health, and a greater sense of well-being, make an appointment today at Health and Vitamin Concepts in Boca Raton at 7152 Barracassa Way. Call 561-392-8448. That's 561-392-8448. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 1-800-889-0267, toll free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 1-800-889-0267. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now back to Dawn and Freddy S.
And we are back on this wonderful Wednesday. Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe. Give us a call at 800-889-0267. You can find us live streaming on Facebook and Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe and on YouTube at AMP2 TV Productions.
I got breaking news.
You do?
People that are watching us are going to see a leg behind you.
A leg.
A leg. It is so funny. It's a funny look. No.
We have a studio audience with us in-house. We've got Dr. Henry Hare with us.
Leave it there. It's all right.
From Boca Regional Hospital.
Kicker.
We have, may I continue, please?
Yes, I'm sorry.
We have Daphne Solomon from Health and Vitamin Concepts. What I love about this set is that we have traditional medicine, and then we have supplements, intuition, and everything that we talk about, but all on one show.
But
which
remember,
I find fascinating.
traditional medicine is changing.
It is, which is
That's
what we're
what
talking about,
Dr.
Dr. Hare. And let's talk about, I know you're affiliated with the Boca Hospital, but you're also with the FAU Clinic. Now, when I tried to find that today, all I got were the College Health Services.
Yes.
Can you give us some information about the clinic and the services that they offer?
Yes. Florida Atlantic University developed an internal medicine residency program, which is now beginning its fourth year. We have, surprisingly, one of the largest residency programs in the United States.
How many residents?
We have 84 residents.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
And they're divided between two clinics. We have the Boca Clinic, and that's on 670 Glades Road in Boca Raton, on the Sandler Building. And we also have the Bethesda Clinic. So we've divided up the residents, half and half. And the point is that we wanted to make health care available to people, including people that have insurance, that do not have insurance, that are underserved. And why do we have readmissions, for example, to the hospital all the time?
That's a whole other show.
It's all about access.
Yes.
So we're accessible. And our telephone number for those people who may need our services is 561-955-2570.
This is an unbelievable card, Doc.
Well, thank you. This card explains exactly what we do.
Yeah.
For example, our services, health promotion and education for adults, diagnosis and treatment of acute and chronic illness, women's health, including breast exams and pap smears, men's health, including prostate cancer screening, counseling, and patient education, including availability of a psychologist for behavioral health problems, consultation with on-site pharmacists, and referrals to specialists.
We do it all.
What ages do you work with?
We work from 18 years and up. And it's because those of us in internal medicine, it's adult care, not pediatrics.
So you do the screenings. I see there are some basic tests that you do as well. If a patient needs further testing, you're affiliated with Bethesda and Boca Regional?
Our Boca Regional affiliation, the testing is done through them. However, the patient can take the request to any laboratory or any x-ray facility to have it done. It doesn't restrict them to Boca Regional. However, Boca Regional provides our space.
Okay.
And so this is part of their nonprofit aspect, and that's how we're able to provide services as well.
You know, the show opens up so many questions, not only on the diabetes and the pre-diabetes in your clinic, and then we could do a whole nother show on insurance and even why you exist for those that are underinsured and why there are readmissions and you know, people that don't have insurance. It goes on and on, and we don't have that much time.
You know, Freddie, we did a study where we looked at the effect of the residency clinic in 3 years on the readmissions to the hospital. Very significant decrease in readmissions to the hospital by that group of patients that we attended, and also emergency room admissions. Now, why is that? Because we were accessible. And oftentimes, if you don't have insurance or you have these desperate problems, you are screened out of the system. And of course, as you say, the data says that if you don't have insurance, you die earlier and you have a greater incidence of complications.
Because look what happens, you don't have access to care.
You don't.
True.
And there are plenty of physicians. There are many, many physicians that can see you. But even when you don't have insurance, they do not have cash pay prices. They will not see you. And if they want to see you, you're weeks out. By then, your sugar was well over 300.
I couldn't get a doctor to see me when I went to pay cash.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And you had, but think about it, you had the means to even pay a doctor fee for service. There are those that fall short of the Medicaid platform. They're in that hole that they have no services. They don't have insurance. They don't qualify for Medicaid. Therefore, they go without care.
Yep.
You guys,
Ding ding.
and that would be you. There's a lot of people that fall in that gap, and they're looking for services. Now, the FAU clinic is open 5 days a week. Again, I want to give that number out, 561-955-2570, every day.
Yes. The only exceptions are Thursday afternoon and Friday afternoon, at which time we do didactics with the residents. You know, we still are a teaching facility.
Yes.
So we teach the residents during that time. They have academic half day where they actually are very involved in learning the scientific part of medicine. And then we go through a journal club and didactic information. Now, one of the great things that we have in this county that many people don't know is that the Palm Beach County Medical Society has developed something called Project Access, which means that if you do not have the insurance and you don't have access, there are volunteer physicians that are put together by the County Medical Society. And if you meet the criteria, which is pretty strict, 200% below poverty level for your income, but that opens up another specialty area. So you can go see a specialist if you qualify. So we have a lot of resources that we call upon, including like for breast exams, the Lynn Women's Center. They have a foundation where the ladies can get their breast exams. If they can't afford them, there's a method of getting that done. And even if we find something bad like we did on Monday with a lady who did have what appeared to be breast cancer, we had access to get her treatment, and so it opens the door. I look at insurance as a key to open a door. Right. So I feel like we are fulfilling that in between to open the door to health care.
It's an amazing deal, you know. And it's funny because they came to see me at the hospital. It wasn't like I didn't even know who she was. She came, she sat down. A very nice lady, and she told me about this program. And then I met Doc, and everything changed. You know, it's like you have a chance. You
Well,
know,
here's
all
the
you ask
thing.
is a
When
chance.
people go into healthcare, whether it's what Daphne does as far as biomeridian supplements, or as a physician or a nurse practitioner, you go in for a reason of helping people. And when insurance companies tie your hands as far as payment, they restrict people from coming to see you. What you truly went in, what your passion is to help and give hope. It changes the quality of medicine, but the FAU clinic now goes back to what it is. What it should be is helping people
Right.
and giving them hope. And
That's right.
that is what's so phenomenal.
And what we want to transmit to the resident is you must care about the patient first. Before
Now,
you-
isn't that different,
Well,
Daphne?
That's completely different. Because, you know, the biggest complaint is most doctors only spend 2 to 3
You can move
maybe
that closer
5
to you.
minutes. And it's wonderful when you can work with a doctor who is compassionate and really has your, is holding you in the right place so that they can help you, give you the right treatment, be open but caring, because most people, from what I understand, most people feel that a lot of the doctors really can't care because of insurance, because of time limitation. They are only given a very small amount of time, and they're not getting the care that they need. And we need doctors that really are have a little extra time. Like the services that you're providing seem incredible. This to me can be so transformational for people to be aware of what you're offering there, and that you're teaching your doctors about compassion and how to treat people, because so many people come in, and I work with a lot of nurses also, and they feel that you're trained in a way where, yes, you have to be able to handle so much stress, and you deal with so many problems on a daily basis, but you cannot ever lose that compassionate edge. People are human beings. We're body, mind, and spirit, and you need to be able to connect to your doctor. You did so well because you have a doctor that you connected to.
Yeah, I was scared of him. But
He's an-
scared is good.
But you know what?
It
If
is
anyone met him,
sometimes.
they would not be scared
Not at
because he has
all.
such an
No.
incredible bedside manner and is so kind.
No, I
Yes,
was
he
scared of
is.
his truth. I
Yeah,
wasn't
there you
scared of him as a person. I was scared of the reality that he put in front of me. But you're right.
You do need to connect, and you know, most of the people and myself in my field have gotten. I'm in the place that I am, and I'm so passionate because I grew up with
Well,
a
let's
lot of
talk
health
about
issues.
what you do, because often on shows, and I think this is like a trend-setting show, that we have the continuum on our set together.
Yes.
We have Dr. Hare with us,
Mm-hmm.
who is, and I'm going to say traditional medicine, classically trained medicine, internal medicine,
And nephrology, yes.
and nephrology. So you've
Awesome.
gone through the gamut of classically trained physician. Daphne, on the other hand, works
I
with
studied
intuition,
nutrition.
biomeridian, nutrition, supplements, but
Right.
of a higher quality. So we have the continuum of your village here.
Yes.
And I'm so excited to share the two things.
Well, it is about nutrition, and one thing I felt that doctors really should study more on the nutritional end, because we are made up of nutrients. We are a body that we do need medications. There is a time and a place. We absolutely need them. But what I found over time, and I'm not going to get into my whole background, I ended up in this field because of my own health issues. In the early years, I used to black out from low blood sugar. I lost my sister actually prematurely. She was a diabetic, an insulin diabetic that never took care of herself. I went the complete opposite, getting into this field, getting into proper nutrition, changing my diet, and getting involved in biomeridian. So encompassing different ways of approach rather than just going to the medication from the beginning, because I saw what happened to my sister. I knew I had to make dietary changes. I needed certain nutritional supplements. There were things that my body was lacking. We get into a certain place because of a lack of. There are systems in our body that are not functioning properly. It could be that the thyroid is out of balance, the adrenals can be out of balance, endocrine imbalances that create the propensity towards certain things. So the passion was to really look and study and read about all of this so that I could help myself and then in turn using the knowledge to be helpful to people in a proper way.
I couldn't agree more, Daphne, that nutrition is a basic deficit in the training, and that we should focus much more on nutrition and what we put in our mouths, because that is where we get into this problem with prediabetes, metabolic syndrome, diabetes. So careful attention to your nutrition is extremely important, and we need to focus more on that in traditional medicine.
And it allows you to do the exercises required. You know, Carlos was telling me...
He's actually watching, so I'm glad you're watching, Carlos.
Carlos works very hard in the gym, you know, and I wanted Carlos to come and see Daphne because...
We bring everyone to see Daphne.
Well, in my system, when I met her, there were things that needed to be fixed, and there are certain medications that you take and take things out of whack, and I noticed there was mood issues and there were all sorts of things going on. And when I went to Daphne, she said, let me tell you why. And she gave me an explanation. And folks, I'm going to tell you something. If it works for me, it will work for anybody, because I'm a knucklehead.
I always say nutrition is 80-20. I truly think it's almost like 90-10. You can exercise as many hours a day as you want, but if you are not eating proper nutrition, it doesn't make a difference.
Doesn't make a difference. And
we need to go to commercial break.
Again?
Again. I'm hoping Dr. Hare is going to stay with us. He's not.
Okay.
What is the number where we can reach your clinic at?
For those of you who would like to come to our clinic, we would love to see you. Our number is 561-955-2570, Florida Atlantic University Resident Clinic. Thank you very much for inviting me today, Freddy
so much.
and Dawn.
And they are at
And Daphne.
670 Glaze Road down in Boca.
We're just going to take a quick commercial break. Give us a call, 800-889-0267. Carlos, that includes you, and we'll be right back.
British are coming! The British are coming! It's the new British invasion! Nikki Gross-Klein, real estate genius, along with fitness phenom Lily Jaffe of Evolving Bodies, will be joining the Brooklyn Cafe the first Monday of the month at 12 noon. The Brits talk honestly about health, hormones, and women in business. Are you ready to achieve your goals? Join the conversation on wealth, women, finance, aging, relationships, and a lot of fun that might leave the producer speechless. Nikki and Lily are experts in their fields and will share their knowledge and experience to help improve your life. They promise this will be nothing like you've ever heard before. Do you love the idea of healthy food conveniently delivered to your door? From Jupiter to Miami, Fit Food Fresh delivers convenience in the form of prepared, delicious, healthy meals direct to your home or office. You're never more than 2 minutes away from a nutritious meal made from the freshest quality ingredients and prepared by gourmet chefs. From paleo to vegan, breakfast to dessert, quinoas to quesadillas, Fit Food Fresh has you covered. You can mix and match meals from their entire menu to create your own custom plan based on your nutritional needs and preferences. Find them at fitfoodfresh.com. With no monthly commitment or setup fee, it's easy to try, risk-free. See why Fit Food Fresh is the highest-rated meal plan in South Florida. Visit Fit Food Fresh at fitfoodfresh.com or give them a call at 866-600-4778. That's 866-600-4778. Are you fatigued, foggy-minded, bloated maybe, always hungry, trouble losing weight, or suffering from the effects of pre- or post-menopause? If so, the Evolving Bodies line of natural, garbage-free health products and delicious lactose-free protein is the line for you. Evolving Bodies gets the job done. They're a company with a conscience. Every time you purchase a product from Evolving Bodies, you're helping supply healthy meals to a family in need. For more info, call 561-948-1986 and visit www.evolvingbodies.com. Bodies is spelled B-O-D-Y-Z. For health and fitness tips, tricks, and recipes. It's so good, even Freddy likes it. Give him a call at 561-948-1986. Life doesn't have to be defined by abandonment or disease. Learn life skills to stop feeding those old wounds and imagine the possibility of being healthy and happy. Shari Coltoon is a master-certified integrative life coach, Reiki master, and an intuitive, focusing on autoimmune disease and family estrangement. Shari facilitates a support group program for people who need healing from a family breakup. Contact Shari at 954-654-7187 to learn important life skills. For a 30-minute free session, call Sherry Coltoon at 954-654-7187 or visit her website at sherrycoltoon.com. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 1-800-889-0267, toll free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 1-800-889-0267. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now back to Dawn and Freddy S.
First, I have to test it.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe.
We'll get to that on the air
We're
in a
going to
second.
talk to that in 1 minute. We're live streaming on Facebook and on Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe. You can find us on YouTube at AMP2 TV. Give us a call at 800-889-0267. We just had Dr. Henry Hare with us, a trained physician in internal medicine and nephrology. He is actually Freddy's doctor, so I'm so glad he was able to join us. The FAU clinic number I did post on our comment section. It is 561-955-2570. There's one located on Glades Road and one also up on the Bethesda campus in Boynton, but give their general appointment number a call, and they will be more than happy to get you to the right location. Underinsured, insured, Medicare, ages 18 and up. What is so fascinating is they've got attending physicians that are established in the community. They're going through the resident training program, so those residents have a different take on it, and it's all about care and hope. It's everything, Freddie, that we talk about.
Yes.
About hope. And you have a caring community. Somehow we need to make that a new tagline.
Well, Doc said that he's in. You heard him say it. And it's funny because now that I got down to 6.6, which is not, the deal was 5.5, he's right. He's not going to take me off the long, but he's going to cut it back.
I wanted to ask him about that, so I'm glad you did.
He's going to go from 10 down to 5. He wants to read the rest of the... He was shocked. He says, what? Because I didn't tell him. I said, no, when you get here is when I was going to tell you.
But you know what's so fascinating is he put you on insulin and he put you on medication, but when he started it, he said, this is not forever.
No. You heard him say it today.
Right.
You know,
Tell me about
often, and Daphne will tell you, when people start on medications, they go on a second medication because then you have another complication. You go on a third medication. He told you from day one
Yes.
that you were not going to be on this insulin forever. It's a process.
But that's why our next guest, Daphne, here is an important aspect of this whole tribe thing as well, because Daphne's the one that said to me, getting off the meds is important.
Yeah.
So the long-lasting is the first one. I'm going to get off that, and then we work on the metformin, which is the next thing.
But it's something that you have to want to do. Most people are not willing to make the commitment that you've made. You were not happy where you were. You almost lost your life, actually.
Yeah, I guess that is serious.
I understand this totally because I lost my sister before she was 60 to diabetes. She passed away. She was using her insulin, her metformin, all the medications, but would not make changes in her diet. In the early years, I had the blood sugar imbalance, but I knew that if I didn't make changes, I would end up in the same place. So
Let me ask you a question. You're very thin and very fit. You had blood sugar changes like this. You were not obese or overweight, but you saw changes genetically?
I basically have always been thin. I am a contradiction. That's one of the reasons I ended up in this field, because when doctors would do blood work, everything would always be the opposite of what you would expect. I'm hypothyroid from the early years, but did not gain weight the way most people do that have hypothyroid. My sister had a weight issue. Low blood pressure, low blood sugar, hypothyroidism, severe anemia, I mean, you name it. So not feeling good in the early years, and then listening to what was being fed to me from the medical world was that there were some things you can change, some things you can't. And I believe in miracles. And I believe that if you really get into the nutritional end and you study it and really understand the body and how we function, you can change anything. The biggest thing with blood sugar, what I've found, number one, most people are walking around with an imbalance in the thyroid. Fluoride has really changed our life and our thyroid and how it functions because it's replaced the iodine receptors. So there's a slowing down, there's a changing of the thyroid. Then we have issues with adrenals. The thyroid is not functioning where it it should be, and then it trickles down into the adrenal glands, and we're in flight mode. Most people are running around all day with high cortisol, high adrenaline, and their bodies are being flooded, and the body can't handle it because it really doesn't have a true emergency. Then that trickles down into the insulin, the glucose, your blood sugar. You start to feel uncomfortable because you're being flooded by all this adrenaline and cortisol, and the blood sugar starts to drop down or it can go high. And that feeling of blood sugar imbalance is, to me, it's a horrible thing. People break out into sweats, they can black out, they get tremors, shakes. It's such an uncomfortable feeling. And I realized that in order to really get the body into a good place, number one, diet has to be changed completely. We're carboholics. I mean, when you look around, and today it's really distressing, when you look at the kids today, they're all overweight. I mean, a lot of them, not all of them, but you're seeing young children really overweight. The diets mainly are carbs. They're running to McDonald's. They're not eating properly. They're not getting enough nutrients. And also being exposed to cell phones, computers. Our bodies are changing every day. We're not what we were intended to be. There's no way, because our body every day is being bombarded by radiation. It's changing, even like if we're trying to be in a good place, it's changing our bodies, so we do need supplementation, but we need the right supplementation, and that's where the Biomeridian comes in. People walk into health food stores, and, there are practitioners out there, they have the products they love, and I respect that. And while it may be great for some people, it's not great for everyone. And we all need a choice, but we need a way to find out what resonates to our frequency. We're a frequency.
And that's why I love your store health and vitamin concepts in Boca, because often we say people supplement. And I mentioned that I had a reaction to a simple amino acid. You would not think. And it was a high quality amino acid, but for whatever reason, my body had a reaction to it. You can go into any big box store, any pharmacy chain, and pull things off the shelves. You have no idea really what's in it. But I can go to Daphne, and she'll say, all right, we need to go through the testing, and you're low on, just like you did, Freddie, you're low on this, you're this. Carol's raising her hand. I mean, I went in the other day, I was having heart palpitations, and I had depleted myself of, a simple mineral called salts. And she knew.
I have a question. It's a shame that the doctor left, because he's my doctor as well. And I just had blood work done, and I got the results on Monday. Nothing's wrong with me. They said nothing. You're fine.
Nothing's wrong with you on your blood work.
I
Right,
know.
blood work.
This goes on all the time, and that's the dilemma. So people come in, the blood work looks perfect, but meanwhile they're not, because it's subclinical. They have all these symptoms going on, but the doctors do not know how to treat it, because if it's not there, then how do you approach it? But it's real. People are really feeling these, and they do need help. So I love the Biomeridian because it gives us an opportunity of looking at the body in a completely different way. It's an energetic way, and if you believe in electrocardiograms, encephalograms, MRIs, it's the same premise, and the genius doctor, Dr. Volk, created the device combining acupuncture meridian points with an electrocardiogram idea. And it made the body accessible. We can virtually travel anywhere, and as we're traveling, then we can find out where the imbalances are, and then, for instance, if we're on meridian points that are connected to the heart or the adrenals, we then can find the nutrients that correspond to that part of the body, put them on the scanner. It will scan and analyze them against your body to find out what's correct for you. But because what's correct for me may not be correct for you.
And it could be the same. What's so fascinating is it can be the same supplement, magnesium.
Right.
One magnesium might work better for me, and a different one might work better for you, even though we both need magnesium.
Well, it gets even more complicated than that, because as Daphne will tell you, there are different ranges of magnesium.
9 different forms of magnesium.
That's right. So,
how would you know?
But I'm going to tell you, in your
Wow,
case...
Freddie, I'm impressed.
Oh, well, she educated me. But in your
you
case...
listened.
But in your case, Connecticut, I had to. But in your case, Connecticut, the next level now that's out of the way is you go see Daphne.
Right.
She's going to open up a whole different realm now of your body. It's going to talk about balance. It's going to talk about different things. Just remember this. when I went to see Daphne and she did what she did,
Mm-hmm.
I sat in that chair and I said to myself, what the hell did I get myself
Well,
into?
did it hurt?
None at all.
It did not.
It scared me
That's
because
great.
it isn't the test. You can have this test done anywhere in the United States.
Right.
True or false? Anybody could do the test.
True.
It is the reader. It is the one that reads what comes out of the test. It is the level. It is the right medication. It is the right magnesium pill to take and how much of it. We made adjustments. I used to call Daphne and I said, deliver this. My sugar went up.
Mm-hmm.
That dawn effect, no pun intended, was kicking my butt. I was going on 50 points higher. Patience, patience, patience. She made an adjustment. Magnesium gave me diarrhea. I'll say it on the air.
They
It
even
did.
tested me for celiac, and everybody said celiac, thyroid. No, you're perfectly okay with the blood work. Your cholesterol's high. That's it. And I knew that already.
I'm going to ask you one question. Do you brush your teeth with Crest or Colgate?
With Arm & Hammer.
Does it have fluoride?
I hope so.
You see,
Okay.
and
This
Daphne,
is-
don't freak her out. There,
Why?
This is where we need to educate people.
yes, you do, but you have to do it one droplet at a time because your gift it's a little bit more than the average person can understand. And what happens is when you tell people about the fluoride, how fluoride was made and why it was made, and I mean, there is history to it. She's
Right.
going to say, what? But the bottom line is that what you do, and I tell this to everybody, you should have it done, and don't do the head thing. Do the experience. You got to
Right.
walk through it. You got to be in it. You got to experience it. And there are things in your body going on that she's going to show you. And she's going to say, if you take this, it works. Now, I've been on the program 4 months, 4.5 months.
Right.
Sugar came down to 121, 6.6. All of this had to do with what she's helping me as well because the metformin is the same,
Because you have a caring community back
Right.
to that.
but the metformin is the same. All the medical stuff is the same. What has changed is my diet. Let me tell you, 2 minutes. The other thing is that when you go on Daphne's program, it's easier to lose weight. You asked me a question. How in the hell did you lose the weight? You know how I did it? You're looking at it. Because when you do what she tells you to do, it changes your concept of food. Your taste buds change. Everything changes. I know it's freaky. I know. My son, after I met you, my son looked up all the pills you gave me. I was on 20 of
He
them.
went crazy, and he was with you.
He was
when
with me.
You did the testing, and then he went crazy and said, "Dad, don't take this. Don't take this. It's
Yes, too much of
contraindicated
this,
to
too
this."
much of that. Da.
You know, it's
But
the internet.
It's all about the balancing. And, when something is different, people are really closed-minded. And people shouldn't poo-poo things they don't know anything about, really.
That's right.
It takes time. The other thing I do want to say is that we are body, mind, and spirit. And what happens when people come in, it's not just about the vitamins. Yeah, yes, it is, and doing the biomeridian. But it's also about you. Your personality, what's going on in your life, because what's going on in your life, how you think, how you feel, absolutely impacts your body. It has tremendous, like when people are under stress constantly or they have family issues, whatever it is, it does impact us. So it's changing our body's chemistry.
All right,
a
hold that
constant
thought.
change.
We're going to go to commercial break between our hours. We're 1 hour and hour 2. We're going to keep Daphne with us. I don't know if she knows that, but she does not. She knows now. I hope Daphne
Okay.
stays with us from Health and Vitamin Concepts. We'll be back also with Rochelle Schwartz from Soul of a Woman, the Queen of Hearts. Give us a call at 800-889-0267. Who is ever on line 1? Hold on for about 6 minutes, and we'll be right back.
That's it for our noon hour for today. But wait, there's more. That's right, you have a second hour for lunch today. Life is good. And the second hour with Dawn and Freddie S. is even better. So stay put. Right after the news, they'll be back. Dawn, Freddie S. and more lunchtime fun at the Brooklyn Cafe.
1230 WBZT West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
He could be the next FBI chief. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Confirmation hearings for Christopher Wray, the president's nominee to replace fired FBI director James Comey.
My loyalty is to the Constitution, to the rule of law, and to the mission of the FBI.
And Wray says no one has asked him to pledge loyalty. Fox's Rachel Sutherland, live in Washington.
Lisa, Christopher Wray told the Senate Judiciary Committee if confirmed as FBI director, he will do the job without regard to political influence. He also pledged to tell the committee if there's any attempt to interfere with special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian election meddling, a probe he says he would not call a witch hunt.
Any threat or effort to interfere with our elections from any nation state or any non-state actor is the kind of thing the FBI would want to know.
Wray also testified that he believes waterboarding is torture and illegal. Lisa.
Thanks, Rachel. Some lawmakers from both parties calling for hearings with Donald Trump Jr. over his meeting with a Russian lawyer last summer.
It really shows a very strong movement towards collusion.
Democratic Congressman Joe Crowley says the younger Trump should have told the FBI. President Trump tweeting about a double standard for Democrats, calling it disgraceful what Hillary Clinton, quote, may have gotten away with. Russia, meantime, denies any role in arranging the meeting. A publicist acting as intermediary claimed the lawyer had dirt on Clinton and suggested it was part of Kremlin support for the Trump campaign. A coroner just confirming 3 people shot and killed at a mobile home community near Birmingham, Alabama. The suspected shooter, a Florida man, under court order to stay away from his ex-wife and daughter, and also facing sex abuse charges in Pennsylvania. There's no word yet on the victims' identities in Alabama, where a manhunt is underway. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Expressways look good on the midday drive. We are accident-free on both 95 and the Turnpike. Roebuck Road, keep in mind, shut down from the Turnpike to Military Trail due to construction. Use Lakeside Green as your alternate there. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is brought to you by Think It Up.
Hi, I'm Nick Jonas, and I'm here to tell you about Think It Up, a new initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join us at thinkitup.org.
I'm meteorologist Chris Farrell for CBS 12 News, tracking lots of scattered showers on this Wednesday. Skies remaining mostly cloudy with a 60% chance of more scattered showers through this Wednesday. A few isolated lightning storms, the high 87. Tonight, cloudy, scattered showers, the low near 80. And for Thursday, mostly cloudy, the rain chance 60% Thursday. Scattered numerous showers, the high 87.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. If you're involved in youth or high school sports, you need to know about Positive Coaching Alliance. PCA is a national nonprofit organization developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. For more information, visit positivecoach.org.
We here at iHeartRadio wanted to say thank you. Why? Because you've made us the #1 rated music app in America. iHeartRadio is the only app with live radio, artist stations, and unlimited access to the hottest tracks for you to save right to your phone. We took everything you love about live radio, then added all the features a music fan needs. So if you haven't downloaded the app yet, come see what you're missing. Download the free iHeartRadio app or listen at iHeartRadio.com.
Loan amounts based on income and other qualification factors. Borrowers often use payday loans over a period of months, which can be expensive. Need cash? If you need cash to get caught up on bills, you can now get up to $500 cash right here in Florida. Just dial *500 on your mobile phone, and we will text you a link to our store closest to you. That's right. Dial *500 and see how fast we can get you the cash you need. If you need cash fast, dial *500. If you need cash to help pay your bills or cover an emergency purchase, dial *500 now. That's *500. You can pick up your cash cash at a store near you or complete online. Just dial *** 500. The check cashing store is now the fast and easy way to get cash when you need it. For quick cash now to pay bills, dial ** 500 on your mobile phone so you can get your cash fast from online or one of the check cashing stores near you. To get cash fast, dial ** 500. ** 500.
I'm KFC's extra crispy Colonel, and you're the extra busy regular person who has to make dinner for a family of 4. But you can shirk that responsibility because my extra crispy $20 fill-up from KFC contains 8 pieces of freshly double-breaded extra crispy chicken, 4 biscuits, 2 orders of mashed potatoes, and a side of coleslaw for just $20. That'll feed 'em. KFC, it's extra crispy good.
Pricing and participation may vary. Tax and substitutions extra.
When smart businesses need to grow their team, they do it on the site proven to deliver. Indeed.com. According to an independent study, Indeed delivers 5 times more hires than any other job site, more hires than the rest combined. And right now we're giving new users a $50 credit to post a sponsored job, boosting your listing and relevant search results. Claim your $50 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Premature birth is the #1 killer of babies, but you can do something today. Help the March of Dimes provide education and support to families and fund life-saving research to give every baby a fighting chance. Give them tomorrow at marchofdimes.org/tomorrow.
From the Club Raymond Motor Cars studio, you're listening to 1230 WBZT, an iHeartRadio station.
The thoughts and opinions expressed are those of the sponsors and don't necessarily reflect those of this station or iHeartMedia.
Well, it's still lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for a late lunch. So keep your lunch pail open or grab a cup of coffee and take an after-hours seat in the Brooklyn Cafe. It's time for a double scoop of healthy topics and feel-good conversation to help your day go by easier while enjoying some new friends. Your hosts, Don and Freddy S., are ready to serve you a huge portion of fun. It's that feel-good food that gets you back to work. So join our laughs and call in toll-free at 800-889-0267 right now. Let's all sit back and let Dawn and Freddy S. help fill your bucket of hope and happiness.
And we are back.
Hey,
Hey,
Miss Producer.
how about welcome back?
Before we do that, what happened? I wanted to open up with Sarah.
You didn't remind me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We can do it again. We can go
let's
to
do that.
break.
Do it now.
When we go to break, we'll do it.
No, let's do it now.
Now?
I'm going to let you cue it up, while I talk to Dawn.
Freddie, it's nice to talk to you. Where are we, Freddie?
Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe. Welcome. For those of you that are looking for the news, if you wait till August, you'll see it.
Then they get sports in August.
Whatever you're getting. I don't know what you're getting. I just got a text from New York City. Don King would like to know if we can do a golf tournament that involves Daphne and the doctor for medical diabetic
Proceeds
situation.
to benefit diabetes?
Diabetes, yes.
I'm sure we can.
So I just text back that we'll be more than happy to do that.
So, welcome back to our extended lunch of the Brooklyn Cafe on this wonderful Wishful Wednesday. We are live streaming on Facebook every day.
Wonderful.
I wake up in the
wishful.
morning and I think, all right, what's today?
But every word with a W you put together.
It's
wonderful
Wednesday.
wishful.
It's a wonderful Wishful Wednesday. And did we not wish wisely and find a new place to call our home soon?
Don't let the cat out of the bag yet.
Soon, perhaps. But we will be at 95.3 The Talk and 1470 AM starting
wait a minute,
in
wait a minute.
August.
Hold on. I hear something. Do you hear something?
Not
I hear
yet,
something.
but we will be there.
Wait, hold on. I hear something. You hear that?
Hey you, did you hear the news? I'm moving on. It's time for me to leave WBCT. Hey you, did you hear the news? I'm moving on. Got a new gig on Wednesday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM from 6 to 8 p.m.
And who is that?
And that is Sarah Spiritual, who is on tonight from 7 to 9 on BZT and 7 to 8 on 95.3 The Talk. And we're going home. We're going south. We're going south to Boca.
South to Boca Del Rey, with our FM feed going down to Hollywood.
That's right. And our FM feed is going to go from Hollywood up to Gateway now. They're going to up the power. I forgot to tell you that. And we are...
As I say, it's a wonderful, wishful Wednesday.
Now, we are going to be on 4 out of the 5 days, but I'm working on maybe a 5th. On Tuesday, it depends. We'll have to switch gears and times and stuff like that. But other than that, we all good to go. We all going 1 to 2 as opposed to 12 to 1.
Still staying midday and always live streaming. And tomorrow we will be on location at The Foundry, which is a fabulous restaurant at 2781 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano. So head east on Atlantic, cross Federal Highway, and it is on the north side of the street. If you see Houston's, it is right next door. We'll be there with Bobby Jackson from the Custom Fitness Institute. I think he has 26 Degree Brewing Company coming, which, is always fun. There's a great bar. There's great lunch. It's a fantastic atmosphere. The Pelican will be there, newspaper, magazine. If you read the press release, you would have seen it, my friend.
Who's 26 Brewery?
26 Degree Brewing Company.
She never said that to me.
Did you read the press release?
Yeah, you need to read the press release.
Read the press release. It's actually on our AMP website, on our AMP Facebook page. So
that's why you got to go to the meetings.
You got to go to the meetings.
I didn't get the memo.
Listen, I want Dawn to wave the wand. I want you to do the wish wisely, and I'll internalize it. But
we also have a call on line 1. But all right, Miss Carol, wish wisely, my friend.
Okay, done. Thank you.
You got it.
All right. So you want to
talk
talk
to
to
Carlos? Now I have a headache. Thank you. What you wish?
I have something fabulous for headaches that Daphne gave me.
I'm only kidding.
True story. I had a headache last time Daphne was here. I had a headache for 10 days. We were going on 2 weeks of a migraine every day.
How can you have a headache for 10 days?
I'm telling you, it was debilitating. It started off as don't listen, close your ears, hormonal, and then it just did not go away.
Yeah.
And Daphne said, I have something that will help you by the end of today. So I went to her that day. My dad was in the hospital. I stopped off the road to go to Daphne to get what she gave me and then went to see my dad. Oh, my gosh.
And it worked.
Within 2 hours, my headache was gone.
I've had one for 3 days.
So
there you have it.
Daphne Solomon from Health and Vitamin Concepts is with us on the set. Thank you for staying with us. We have Carlos Cruz on line 1. Carlos, thank you so much for holding on. I know it was a little bit of a break, but I appreciate your patience.
No problem. No problem at all.
So we need to introduce you to Daphne. She's right in your backyard.
Okay.
Carlos is who Freddy was talking about, who has made this journey so tremendously on his own. Carlos, can you give us a little bit about your story?
Well, I've always battled a weight problem all my life, obesity, and for the last 18 years I've had type 2 diabetes. And through the years I've been yo-yoing with my weight. I've been up and down, and I would say in the past few years I've really finally, broke the barrier and brought it down under 200. I would gain a little bit, but I'll stay there. So I overcame a lot. I almost had a few close calls. My sugar dropping to 37 from some of the medication that was given me, so it's pretty bad. But right now it's balanced out. I'm still taking medication, but I'm not taking insulin anymore. So through diet and exercise, I've been able to maintain myself. But, it's still a struggle, day to day.
What is your biggest struggle?
My biggest struggle is the mental game. I still see myself big. Well, I'm a lot skinnier now, and I'm not really fat anymore. But in my head, I can still see myself overweight. That's the biggest battle.
Daphne, do you see you could help him?
Well, sure, because this is emotional, and our emotions settle in the body. It creates a lot of drama, and what I'm feeling from you is that this goes back to childhood, early childhood. There were so many issues that you were feeling or confronted with, and it creates the propensity for certain things to manifest. So poor self-image usually comes from early years of not having the right information put into us. I'm not saying that, well, there were certain things that happened in your life that made you feel uncomfortable about the way you looked, the way you presented yourself. And we work a lot on that because one thing, it's getting your body back in balance through the nutrition, but there's so many emotional components. And I'm big with that. There are certain nutrients that we work with that absolutely can help get us into a better place, but then talking and having somebody understand where you're coming from, feeling comfortable, feeling a trust, being able to open yourself. Once we release and we open up, it puts us into a different place. It frees us up because you're still holding on to old things. There are things that still are complicating your life or that you haven't let go of, and we all do that. It's just, we're human and we do that, but it's finding a way to be able to release all this past stuff so that we can find our way into a much better place.
How can your supplements and the biomeridian testing help a psychological component?
Okay. There is a company that I work with, and these are minerals actually from meteorite sites. It may sound unusual, but we have chakras throughout our body. They're connected to certain emotions, feelings. There are minerals that actually can connect to that. So, number one, we work with this product called Ethereum Gold. Ethereum Gold is a nutrient. It's a monatomic mineral that comes from meteorite sites. What it does, it helps to reconnect both hemispheres of the brain. We're all more right or left hemisphere. The right side is the creative, the left brain is the more analytical, the mathematical. So what we do, we try to combine both. So the great part about the Ethereum line is that we work with also ADD, ADHD, autism. We're all about energy balance. So if we can balance through using certain minerals, the brain comes to a comfortable place. We feel much better about who we are and what we're feeling. There's another product called Ethereum Red. Ethereum Red works with your root chakra. It's your ancestral chakra, your family, how you came in, how you deal with things, what's going on in your life. So all of us, when we get too emotional, that contaminates our intellect. So what we need to do, the Ethereum Red pulls us together in a way that we could take a step back, assess what's going on, and then make the right decisions, feel comfortable, feel stronger about where we are, who we are. Because when we're not feeling comfortable about who we are, it changes everything in our life and how things affect us. We need to feel that we're in control, that we feel good about ourselves, that we look good, and it's finding that place. So the red helps us and also overcome family issues because everyone has family issues.
So the minerals, I don't mean to, the minerals in the ethereal gold and the ethereal red help with the chakras, the imbalance, and then help
it helps us to reconnect in our bodies in a very positive way, dealing with the emotional level.
Are they capsules?
They're capsules. They're very small capsules. And what's great is first doing something like this that puts the body in a comfortable place without using a medication. To me, it's first do no harm. If you can take something, another thing, for instance, is L-theanine. L-theanine is an amino acid. It's an isolate of green tea. It doesn't make you hyper or nervous. What it does, it makes the body feel calmer, more focused, more in balance. So to me, that's a wonderful place to be. If we're feeling anxiety, we're feeling uncomfortable, why not reach for something that can create a positive effect without having to go to a medication? So we use these natural things in a proper way, and we usually pick and choose these things. We can do it from Biomeridian, but I've been doing it for years. I've been using these products probably for about 13 years, 14 years. Why do I love these? Because people, when things are happening, we need to be able to get a hold of ourselves in that moment. There's another one called Ethereum Black. People have a lot of allergies, emotional stresses. They feel like at certain moments they're being overwhelmed. So the black nutrients can go into the body and clear the chaos out. What's better than if we know in a short period of time we can get the body out of that state of chaos and feel more comfortable? It changes everything. And
Carlos, what do you think?
I think it's very interesting and pretty amazing. I like it.
Daphne, where can Carlos come visit you?
Carlos, come visit me. I'm at 7152 Barracasa Way. I'm in the Del Mar Plaza in Boca Raton. My phone number is 561 392-8448. I would love to work with you because I feel that, Carlos, there are a lot of emotional things that are still that you're hanging on to, that I think that it could be an asset if we could just get to a certain place where we can let go of that and then find a place of balance, a better place. You've done incredible work with what you've done already and where you are, but there's always room, and that's the great part. We're always growing. We're a work in progress. We're constantly changing, and we never give up, and we're always looking for a miracle around the corner, which we can get if we believe in miracles.
You know, I like that she brought that piece up because...
Wish wisely. See, we do believe in miracles.
I wanted to bring up a fact today that even though you are doing well with your sugar, and even though your sugar could be 114, which is always the goal for a diabetic, I don't know, that's the magic number. But even though you are doing all you're supposed to do, don't ever assume, and I learned this lesson in the last 2 days, that you are cured.
Right.
That you can do the wackiness and go back to a Burger King. It's okay if you have one. It's okay. It's not. The bottom line here is that it takes sugar to go back up, and it's hard to bring that bad boy down. And I'm living proof of that because the last 2 days I ran amok and I said, you know what, I'm okay. And it doesn't matter how much you hide behind metformin or anything else. Psychologically, what you're talking about, Daphne, is so important because you have to hold on to what you're currently doing and you have to live in tomorrow.
Well, look what Dr. Hare said and what Daphne said. It's about nutrition. The medication can be a Band-Aid, but it is not a cure-all.
It is not. And it allows you, though, Dawn, when you're balanced.
It's like a safety net.
But it allows you to do some of the things that you think you can't do. Like Connecticut asked me, when you lose weight, how do you keep it off? Well, when you're balanced and you have clear conscience and you're thinking, you understand what's going on with your body, everything changes. And unfortunately, those around you who, like my son, is as thin as a rail, he doesn't understand what it is to have diabetes, doesn't understand what it is not to be able to eat chocolate, to eat the sugar stuff. We talked about this yesterday. A piece of white bread turns into sugar in my mouth. That's like a packet of sugar in your mouth. Right. Think about that. And every time I think about what the doc said today about dying in pieces, ain't going down that road. We talked about this yesterday with Shari, about fear. It isn't fear. This is not about the fear of it. This is about acknowledging the truth of it. That's a fear. I'm not afraid of blowing up my sugar and dying.
That's a whole other thing. That's the perception of fear versus truth. And on that, can we please go to commercial break?
Are you serious?
Yes.
How can that be?
Carlos, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow at the Foundry, 2781 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano. We can look up the zip code, or you can just Google the Foundry. We'll get that for you. It is east on Federal, on Atlantic, east of Federal. We'll be back in a few. Bye.
Okay.
Are coming. The British are coming. It's the new British invasion. Nikki Gross-Klein, real estate genius, along with fitness phenom Lily Jaffe of Evolving Bodies, will be joining the Brooklyn Cafe the first Monday of the month at 12 noon. The Brits talk honestly about health, hormones, and women in business. Are you ready to achieve your goals? Join the conversation on wealth, women, finance, aging, relationships, and a lot of fun that might leave the producer speechless. Nikki and Lily are experts in their fields and will share their knowledge and experience to help improve your life. They promise this will be nothing like you've ever heard before. For over 35 years, Ruth and Norman Rails Jewish Family Services has been serving residents of Boca Raton, Delray Beach, and Highland Beach through their comprehensive range of programs and services for people of all ages and beliefs. Whether you need help with food, financial assistance, senior services for yourself or a loved one, affordable counseling and mental health service, career and employment services, or their Center for Families and Children, JFS is here for you. Please call JFS at 561-852-3333 or railsjfs.org. Call 561-852-3333. South Florida's only portrait photographer with a 3-point guarantee. Graciela Valdez Fine Photography guarantees you will love the images, product, and experience. You deserve a glamorous photographic experience, whether it's in the boudoir, family portraits, or business headshots to distinguish your brand. Explore your inner beauty. Own it, rock it, have it all. To schedule initial consultation, contact Graciela Valdez at 954-970-7576 or online visit GracielaValdez.com. The experience you deserve. That's 954-790-7576. Sonia Hankin is the confidence expert and passionate guide to men and women who struggle with unworthiness, lack of confidence, and self-doubt. As a holistic psychotherapist and master integrative life coach, Sonia Hankin will help you unlock your confidence so you can make the changes you desire and feel good about yourself no matter what life throws at you. You can work with Sonia via phone, Skype, or in person. Contact Sonia at 954-214-8991. Enough is enough of not feeling good enough. If you want to find your voice and step into your power, call today for a free 30-minute session, 954-214-8991, or visit her at soniahankin.com. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 1-800-889-0267, toll free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 1-800-889-0267. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now back to Dawn and Freddy S.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe. We are live streaming on Facebook and Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe. You can find us on YouTube at AM2TV. Give us a call at 800-889-0267.
In Connecticut.
Freddie, it's a wonderful, wishful Wednesday. Our phone is ringing again. Daphne, I want to give out your phone number because we had to go to commercial break.
Sure. It's 561-392-8448.
What was that?
561-392-8448.
They're conveniently located at the Del Mar Shopping Plaza on Palmetto and Powerline. We're always on Palmetto and Powerline.
I know, because my delicious deli
is on the other corner.
Across the street.
Exactly.
But the amazing thing about Daphne is, again, there are different ways of doing biomeridian. I'm just asking if you're going to do it. Make an appointment. I know that sometimes you have to wait a couple of weeks to get it done because so many people are doing it. But get it done and go through the experience. There is nothing like going through the experience. Trust me.
We actually have a call.
Who?
Monique. Monique has a question for Daphne. Hey, Monique.
Hi, Daphne. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Very good. Really intrigued by what you're saying, and I'm recovering from being exposed to black mold for about 2.5 years. I'm a former athlete and just, scraping my way back to health. And just curious as to whether you work with people that are recovering from being exposed to the toxic mold.
I do, and I have to tell you, it's almost an epidemic lately. We meet so many people that have been exposed, and that's the great part. Doing Biomeridian, we can test certain products, and we do have a protocol that we use on the mold. There are specific things, and we make sure that these are balancing to you. It's all about balancing. There are many supplements, and there are so many different protocols, but it's about what is right for your body. But yes, we absolutely do work with that. It's terrible when that gets into the body. It's very hard to get rid of, and it takes time and a lot of patience. But I know people that were almost taken down by it, and they are in great shape today because they got on the right protocol and they helped get the body got rid of the mold. But it does take time.
And Monique, if I can ask, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Palm Beach Gardens.
Okay, well, take a trip down.
And it's worth a 30-minute trip down to
Right,
Brooklyn.
we're right around the corner.
Trust me, it is worth the trip just to go through this experience. And we were just talking about that because a lot of people will tell you, nah, it doesn't work. But it is not the exam, it is the reader. It's how Daphne does what she does. It's amazing.
Right. Well, I've pretty much detoxed the mold out of my system. Now it's a matter of being vigilant everywhere I go. In Florida now, because Florida is, there's so many places that I can't go into, and you've got literally, for me, like 10 seconds, and I'm like the human mold detector. I have got to leave immediately.
I know what you're saying, but the other thing is also you need to get the immune system into a place where the body can be okay, that it can fight it. I mean, I know I've been exposed to mold many times. My body can handle it because I've gotten it to a place where it's okay. It's not going to impact my body in a negative way. And that's a big thing. One of the points we do go on in the biomeridian, which many points, but we can go into areas that you can't normally go into with blood work. The spleen is one thing. People come in, their spleen, we see that it's not balanced, and there are certain nutrients that absolutely we can give to you that can help strengthen that so that the body is then in fighting shape. So whatever comes along, why do some people get the flu and others don't? You know, on a daily basis, people get colds, others don't. It's how strong is that immune system, and it's keeping it in a really good, positive place.
And Dawn, you had a story. The doctors were looking. You got sick, right? And they couldn't find what it was.
I had every symptom. I'm very sensitive to life. So I had all these crazy symptoms, but like Daphne said, they didn't make any sense. So I had heart palpitations, I had swelling, I had forgetfulness, I had loss of hair. They did all my lab work and it was fine. Then they told me it was anxiety and they put me on an anti-anxiolytic. Then they put me on heart palpitation medications, which made me more tired. So all I did was sleep. And I finally ended up going to an acupuncturist, which lends itself to the biomeridian.
Right.
And then I found Daphne, because some of the acupunctures are unregulated. They're not unregulated, but they kind of mix the different herbs differently. So sometimes they can tweak it. But Daphne was able to manage all of my symptoms through the biomeridian. And then it took 4 years before my Hashimoto's, I have hypothyroidism, showed up on lab work. And then they went, oh, yes, you have hypothyroidism. But imagine going through 4 years.
And you're thin also. Like
well, that's what they
myself.
said. You have not gained weight.
Right.
For me, 5 pounds was a lot of weight.
Right.
But it was all the other symptoms. I had arthralgias. My foot was in a cast. I had puffy eyes. I had every symptom that you could name, but it crossed hypo and hyperthyroidism. It wasn't classically one.
So Daphne, all of this that she had came from the thyroid. Is that what you're telling me?
I do believe that, and it may sound unusual, but you can look into Dr. Mark Starr, his works. All disease starts with the thyroid, and it's not diagnosed. What happens because of the parameters in medicine, they're so wide that if you fit in there, you can have all the symptoms in the world, but if you're in their ranges, you're considered balanced. So what happens, we have all these things going on, they're never being addressed because they don't know how to treat it. It's subclinical. But hopefully in the future, my hope is that they find new ways to look at the thyroid so that people can be helped early on, not waiting till much later in life.
4 years later?
Monique, definitely take the trip down to Daphne.
Oh, yes.
And
What's the name of the company? Because when you mention it on the air, you speak so quickly that I could never get it.
It is Health and Vitamin Concepts.
Health and Vitamin.
What is your address?
It's 7152 Barracasa Way. We are in the Del Mar Plaza in Boca Raton off of Palmetto and Powerline. The number is 561-392-8448. I would love to meet you. I hope you'll take the trip down.
Yeah, no. Let me do some due diligence. I'm going to go on your website.
Sure.
And there are no coincidences, and I've got a lot of really good natural doctors that are really helping me now.
That's
the
wonderful.
one lady that can kind of balance everything out, she's gone, and she does not understand mold, and that's what I needed to know, is if you understand mold.
Daphne
most
understands
people
it
don't,
all.
Well,
and it's a real complicated situation.
Thank you, Monique. If you have any questions, always give us a call back.
Blessings. Thank you, guys.
Blessings
Bye-bye.
to you.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I didn't know Daphne either until you introduced me to her. And if I'm anybody's Geiger counter, I went in there and I was like...
You are some Geiger counter.
Well, I said, my goodness gracious, what is wrong with my body? There was so many... Because they put you on this graph and it's green and reds, you know? And I said, holy smokes, I'm messed up.
Well, the thing is, your lab work was messed up also.
My whole life is messed up.
But my lab work is normal. And
That's the other thing.
so here's the other thing. So you can go to Daphne with your lab work, and she can validate it with what she does. Mine, even last week, was all normal. It came back all green. Everything was normal. But I was feeling really yucky. And I went to Daphne, and even though my minerals and my sodium was normal on lab work, for me clinically, it wasn't working. So the shift is, lab work shows one thing, but if you're, like Carol
Carol right now.
if your lab work is normal like mine and you still don't feel like you should, you must go see Daphne. And if your lab work's not good and you don't feel like you should, you must go see Daphne. There is the bridge.
Now, Daphne, I've been with you for 4.5 months.
We have
and
Rochelle online too also.
Okay. We'll get to it in 1 second. And my system now is going through another transformation because you never stand still. It's, stars move.
Body's
and
always changing.
Always changing. So there's a new adjustment now that we go through. Is that the way this works?
Yes. It's 4 months we've been working, and what you need in the beginning, you don't need now. You may need a tweaking. You may need less of something. And that's the thing. It's not just that you come in. You come in for the initial visit, then you come back in 4 weeks for rebalancing. Rebalancing will show us if what we've been giving you is balancing you, which 99.9% of the time it does. Some people feel incredible changes. There are a very small percentage that they don't feel it, but when you look at the numbers have changed, and that's all that matters. It's even in blood work. Like, you may not feel if your cholesterol is up, but it is up, and the doctors pick that up. But when it comes down, the markers do change. So the great part is that, yes, you come in, initial, you do your rebalancing, and then usually in 3 to 4 months, people come back again for a tweaking. But the thing is this, once you've experienced this, you then have a different sense of your body, and you're more in touch, how you feel, how you think. It's not just taking the supplements. I think that you're more aware of yourself and what you're doing. Right. And then you know when you're not in balance. I know the second my thyroid is out, or I need more magnesium. I know when my heart races, my magnesium levels are probably dropping down. My thyroid probably needs a tweaking, and I know exactly what to do, and yes, it works. I may need some iodine. I may need a little bit of magnesium, potassium, but you tune into your body. And the great part is at the device, the Biomeridian device, it makes it easier to find out where the imbalances are and then just connect in a natural way using the correct supplementation to bring the body back into balance. But I will tell you this, if you have a stressful day, when you're driving on the highway or you got some bad news, your body changes. That day your chemistry is different. You can feel terrible. But that can change within an hour, a half hour, if we know what to do, if we know how to soothe the body. Another thing that we teach also, because we are emotional beings, we use emotional freedom technique, we use tapping to get people out of anxiety situations. There's so many things that when you're aware and you've gone through this and we talk to you and we educate you, you treat your body and your life in a different way, right, because you're thinking differently. You're just much more in tune.
I know that for a fact.
Daphne needs her own show.
We're working on that.
We've been talking now for 4 months. What do you think? She's sitting here for nothing? No.
Daphne has a whole set that we could actually use. She's got a fabulous living room cozy that I can totally visualize her having her own set.
And then I'm going to get Doc to come down here with the doctors. We're going to have a whole medical segment.
And get Sarah in there, and it's...
Oh, my God,
forget about it.
But what you said about your body becoming more sensitive, I just said that the other day. I said, I don't know whether it's me getting older, but every little shift, and even my sodium, my magnesium, potassium, whatever it is, I am so much more sensitive to every little change that my body just, it flips, it feels it.
You need to come and do a Biomeridian.
Real quick, we got
Rochelle on the line.
All right, so let's take a break here a little second. Let's talk to Rochelle because she has an upcoming event.
She does. Rochelle, 1 second. Tell us your address again because I know you're going to head out back to work.
I want to thank everybody for listening. It was an honor and a blessing to be here. The address is 7152 Barracasa Way. That's in Boca Raton. My phone number is 561-392-8448. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Daphne.
Thank you,
As
Daphne.
Always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always. Amazing.
So grateful.
Amazing woman.
Thank
We got more to do, as they say.
More to do.
All right, you want to bring Rochelle up?
Miss Rochelle Schwartz, how you doing?
Hey, Rochelle.
Hey, Rochelle.
Hey.
Thank you, Daphne.
Rochelle, how you doing?
I look so gorgeous today. Now I'm going to have to take a picture and duplicate it for tomorrow.
Take us amazing.
Again.
Rochelle was supposed to join us on set today, and she called me from the Foundry.
She's in the wrong place.
But we're still up at iHeart today. We'll be at the Foundry tomorrow from 12 to 2. So duplicate what you're doing and join us back tomorrow.
Nice.
Thank you, Daphne. What
Thank
a
you.
show.
Hey, you know what I'm going to be doing, right?
Ah,
I
do you
hate
know what?
this. I
Today
hate this.
is, Carol, we need breaking news.
I hate this.
She doesn't hear us, but today is, can you find Freddy?
Freddy's on the stupid.
Can you find Freddy? If you find Freddy on social media and you see him, give us a call at 800-889-0267.
Oh, I hate
And
this.
Rochelle, can we give out your 2 tickets to Soul of a Woman? Yes, we can.
Rochelle.
We might have lost her, but we have 2 tickets to Soul of a Woman
Where'd
for
she go?
Rochelle Schwartz. So give us a call if you can find Freddie, 800-889-0267.
Where do you find Freddy?
How about that? Find Freddie.
It's right here.
People never find you. Your friend from North Carolina, perhaps, she can now find you.
That's my village.
So what are we doing now?
We were going to do breaking news, but you were not on headset, so I did the breaking news without the sound effects.
Oh, did I miss the news?
Yeah, it was Find Freddie is up.
Because I'm on the video.
And we hung up with Rochelle, right?
We didn't mean to hang up with
We
Rochelle,
lost
but
her.
somehow we lost
Oh no,
her.
she's I cut her mic off. Hello, Rochelle?
Rochelle.
She cut your
Oh
mic.
my
We thought you hung up.
Rochelle, where
I'm
are
so
you,
sorry.
Rochelle?
All right, Rochelle, we're giving out 2 tickets to Soul of a Woman. If someone can call and find Freddie on social media,
I'm on the air.
you're on the air.
If you tune into my show, on our show right now, I'm on the air.
800-889-0267.
That's right.
Rochelle, what is going on? You have to be the best networker that I have ever
I
met.
am. You don't know the line of people I can give you. You cannot even imagine. I'm like gold.
You
I'm
are
gold.
like gold. I have a question for you.
What?
A friend of mine reached out to me yesterday, and I want to get her in contact with you. Do you work with people that come from abusive relationships?
Of course, I did. Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What is the background of who you work with and what you do? For those just tuning in, we have Rochelle Schwartz, the Queen of Hearts, with us.
And you know what? I got her picture up.
We have your picture up. We have a
But
lot
I
of
look
life
even-
coaches,
I
but what
look
is
even
your
better
niche
now.
as the Queen of Hearts?
You know, it's so interesting. That's such a great question, my niche. You know, I believe it's all about relationships. And I just met a girl in Sprint, and she just started talking to me, and she's telling me that she's divorced, and she has a whole group of women that are divorced. She works on a yacht, and I said, here's my card. I said to her, because I will promise you what's happening is you will recreate the same man in your life, except it'll be a different man. He'll look different, smell different. And she was hysterical laughing. She said, that's exactly what happens. I said, I know that because it's about you. There's something within you that you keep on gravitating that same person with that same wound. She goes, I have to speak to you. I'm going out. I'll be back in a week. I said, fine, here's my card. And I think that's what it is. It always comes back to a personal relationship with yourself. And you would think it's that easy, but man, it really isn't, because it's so much about self-love and self-care. And it's constant working on yourself and how you can take care of yourself. I had a session with somebody today, and she had the hardest time about what she needs to do to really take care of herself.
What's the difference between self-love and self-care?
Self-care is first. When you can first start taking care of yourself internally, you meditate, you journal, you take a coach. I don't believe in a lot of therapists, but there are some that are very good. Anything that will support you in learning more about who you are. And then, as you really get to learn more about yourself, it's eating healthy. If that lady was talking about thyroid, that is, like I have it, and I've been watching it. And it's funny because I just looked for somebody, so I may call her.
That's why I wanted to bring you on today with Daphne.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you went to the wrong place.
We tried.
Well,
What are you doing down this? That's tomorrow.
You know how many people don't go for a physical? And how many people don't go for their mammograms? How many people don't go for so many things? Women, because it's self-care. It takes care of everything. And when you start doing that, you start feeling better. And the love for oneself starts to activate within you.
Because if you don't love yourself...
Yeah, how the hell's anybody else going to love you?
There you go. You want to hold on so we can go to commercial
No,
break?
wait a minute. I have a question for you,
Okay.
Rochelle.
What?
You have the puppets, right?
Yeah, I have them with me today. Yep.
Can we name the puppets?
You know, it's interesting you say that, too, because I saw what Dawn wrote yesterday about hope and fear. And hope would be the heart, and fear would be the head. So what would you like to name them?
Freddy and Dawn.
Hey, Doc. You're funny. I've got a shake and you've got a platter of meat. Now we've got puppets. Man, we're moving on up.
Hey, and listen, you get to be the
At least I'm a Pinot Noir milkshake.
But you get to be the light puppet. I get to be the dog puppet. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, though?
I like it.
She likes it.
She likes it. All right, let's go to break.
Rochelle, you want to hold on the line? We're going to break.
Hold on a second, honey.
Yeah.
All right, give us a call, 800-889-0267, and we will be right back.
At Elevated Fitness and Nutrition, their mission is to maximize energy and to inspire the human spirit, one person, one meal, one family at a time. Elevated Fitness and Nutrition offers a line of ultra-clean, all-natural, plant-based products with a selection of protein powder, energy boost, and thermogenic metabolizer to fuel your body and maximize your energy. From cooking classes to fitness activities, Elevated promotes an active, healthy lifestyle. For a free sample or more information, contact Kate at kate.elevated@gmail.com. Visit their website at liveelevatedfn.com and use iHeartHealth for 10% off all products. Rochelle Schwartz is a certified emotional relationship coach who's been trained and certified by the world-renowned Ford Institute and has been facilitating coaching workshops for 17 years. She specifically works with women in their 50s and beyond who are ready for radical self-care, powerful and loving relationships, including relationships with themselves and others. Certified in Healing Your Heart, Future Focused, Courage, Blueprint, and Best Year of Your Life. An integrative leader, Rochelle has also been featured on The Oprah Winfrey Show and in numerous magazines, newspapers, and other local TV shows. You'll walk away with more happiness, freedom, and love. Rochelle is your secret agent of change. Contact her directly at CoachRochelle@Comcast.net or online at www.rochelleschwartz.com. Or you can call her at 954-464-7017. That's 954-464-7017. A winner of Food Network's Cake Wars, J&D Cakes creates memorable, delicious, beautiful masterpiece cakes to commemorate your momentous event. The cutest bake shop in Boca Raton, J&D Cakes is known for their attention to detail, their creativity, and their homemade taste. From wedding and birthday cakes to character cakes and dessert tables, J&D Cakes can fulfill all of your dessert needs for any occasion. Contact J&D Cakes at 561-569-1860 for your special occasion, kids summer camp, and cake decorating classes. Find them online at jdcakesonline.com. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddie S. at the cafe, give them a call at 1-800-889-0267, toll free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 1-800-889-0267. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. Welcome back to the last segment of our wonderful Wishful Wednesday.
But, you know, what do you do? Take every W in the vocabulary word and make W words out of it?
Only if they're
Wonderful
happy.
Wishing Wednesday.
Only if they're happy, filled with love and hope.
Mm-hmm.
Rochelle, I saw Stephanie this morning, and she says, is everything that you do surrounded by a heart and love? I said, pretty much. She laughed.
Yep.
Stephanie
And
Hosey.
it's true.
Yeah,
Great lady.
We saw Alabama.
Alabama. What do you call Rochelle?
And
Rochelle's the Queen of Hearts. And I got a picture of a Queen of Hearts that I put up every time Rochelle's commercial plays. A woman wearing hearts, cards around her. And the guy next to her is me.
The
He
one
looks
I
like
sent
that
you.
crazy person. Yeah.
That's the one I sent
Rochelle, people who are looking for navigating after divorce. You'll work with anyone navigating after divorce. You work with women that have been abused during marriage. Let's talk about your niche again.
Niche.
Okay, I would say so. I would say so. And then, you know, relationship still has to come back to you no matter what your area, whether it's your career, whether it's your finances, it doesn't matter. It still comes back to you and
You
how
had
you
said-
feel about yourself.
You had said we're mirrors to what we attract.
We certainly are.
Tell us what that means.
So what you can't be with won't let you be. So if I see somebody and she does something that pisses me off.
Carol,
and
put your
I
finger
have
on the
to look
button,
at
please.
myself. I have to look at myself and say, you know what? What is it about this that's bothering me? Because she didn't do anything. She said something that just activated something in me, and I have to look at it and see what is that part of me that I can't be with. And when you get that, and you see that part of you and what it needs from you, then you're okay. Then that's where the darkness comes in, and you put the light to it, and you find out what it is it needs, and there's your answer.
It's those old wounds. And yesterday, Sherry told Freddy he's got a shadow.
Yes.
Which is the reason he does not like the word boundaries.
And
he very vehemently disagreed with her that
Disagree.
he has a shadow.
I completely disagree.
Well,
I don't
I'll
have a
tell
shadow.
you something.
You know
Let
what?
me tell you something about boundaries, my love.
Rochelle, let me tell you something.
Let's hear what Rochelle has to say about boundaries.
Tell me about
Let me tell you, if you have no boundaries, people will step all over you.
They do.
And they'll
Welcome to my
use
world,
you.
they do. But you know what? That doesn't bother me. None of that bothers me. People can think all they want to think because Freddie knows where he stands. And there is a difference between fear and listening.
Well, how about this as a boundary? Because we discussed the differences yesterday as well. If you're in an abusive relationship and you do not have boundaries,
Abusive
then you continue
relationship.
to be abused.
But abusive relationship is no boundaries.
Well, that's what we're
get out.
saying.
I understand that, but boundaries is fear. You leave a relationship that's abusive because you can, not because you have to, because you can.
Rochelle, what if someone is in an abusive relationship and there's that fear of leaving? Can you help them with that? I know you're not a therapist, and you're not going to tell somebody what to do.
I never do, because they have their answers within themselves. That's the difference between a therapist and the work we do. Therapists, most of the time, is talk therapy. We do is we bring them inside, and then through different processes, they get the messages they need and what they have to do to move forward. That's the beauty and the power of this work. That's why it works.
And so often we see codependency.
You know, I have a question.
Go ahead. Shoot.
A hunter uses a gun, a rifle, a shotgun,
Your gun.
whatever.
You're so violent.
He uses a violent gun
Mm-hmm.
to shoot an animal, right?
Right. Yep.
I always ask, why don't you go in there with a knife, like the bear has claws, and even it up? Let's see how much of a hunter you are then. I mean, we're only a hunter from a distance, so we're abusive from a distance. This is the way I see it.
Wait, what's your question, though?
The question is, do you fight back abuse with abuse? Or do you fight back abuse by leaving? Do you fight back abuse by fear? Do you fight back? I mean, how do you fight that back?
Well, I fought back abuse by not knowing who I was. So I had no self-worth, Freddie.
Okay.
I came from that. So I took it on and took it on until it got to a point where I couldn't do it anymore, and I had to take action.
Okay.
And so that's how, people stay for a lot of different reasons. But I would say it's fear. People are fear of leaving. Listen, I could have left my marriage when my children were very young. I knew it right then and there. I was scared. I didn't have the tools. And I talked myself back into it. I did it another time, and the same thing happened. So I didn't have those tools at the time. I was in my 20s.
What tools do you work with? Or are you referring to? What tools are you referring to?
Tools that they get from the work we do.
Such as?
They will get tools from doing this work. They do Healing Your Heart. And, I'm working with somebody now who's in her 50s, and she was still carrying the pain of this relationship because she really loved him. Mm-hmm. And she gave away her power. Totally. And she had nothing when he left. So she's rebuilding herself through this work.
We encounter so many people every day with what we do. And what you just said resonates, oh my gosh, unfortunately with more than a handful of people. And these are powerful, empowered, successful, entrepreneurial women. but yet they give away their power when they go home.
You know, Rochelle, let me ask you a question. You're from New York City. Florida seems to thrive on this kind of abusive, toxic relationship because a lot of people come in and out of this state. It's like a highway.
You think Florida more than anywhere else?
I'm going to ask her that question. I do. I think Florida is like the kingdom of abusive everything.
I think, that's a good question, Freddie. I would like to curse right now, but I know...
No, don't curse.
Well.
Don't curse. Don't curse. Somebody hit the button.
No, I'm not. But it's like Florida has a demographic of a lot of people coming in from all different states. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure because of the fact that the weather is so different here that it's like people congregate here and that they go out. I don't know. I think that in New York they do have a lot of people because I have clients that I work with from there. I'm not sure if it's just Florida. I really don't know. Even California, I don't know.
Well, let's find out. Let's find out, Rochelle, because we have 4 minutes. Let's find out. Let's have everybody from all over the country call, and we'll take a poll, and see how many people Rochelle can talk them through their problems. Let's talk real fast. You got 4 minutes about Soul of a Woman.
Let's talk about Soul of the Woman. People hide in Florida. I think in New York, like when you talk to your sister.
You don't hide in New York?
When you talk to your sister, she talks like you.
Of course, she's from New York.
Just right out there. Yeah. In Florida, in the South, we need to ask Alabama. I think it's more demographics. Rochelle, tell us about Soul of a Woman. When and where is your program?
Okay. Soul of a Woman starts on the 23rd, and it's a Sunday from 1:30 to 4:30, and then I decided to do that same class on a Wednesday so people can make it. If they can't do Sunday afternoon, they can come on a Wednesday evening from 5:30 to 8:30, and it's at the Anti-Aging Center of Boca. It's 445 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca Raton. And then I'm doing the movie, The Shadow Effect, which is on the 19th. That's next Wednesday, as a matter of fact. And it's from 7 to 9. And it's at the same place, the Anti-Aging Center of Boca.
All right. Thank you, Rochelle. I hope we'll see you tomorrow at the Foundry. That's Rochelle Schwartz, Queen of Hearts.
And Michelle,
we can find her at RochelleSchwartz.com.
It's at the Foundry tomorrow, Michelle.
Tomorrow, Rochelle, the Foundry.
Yes.
So should I bring my puppets?
Bring your
puppets.
puppets.
Do that?
Yes. Bring
so
Freddy and Dawn.
Is it going to be called Freddy and Dawn?
Freddy and Dawn. Hope and Fear.
Okay. All righty. You got
Light
it.
and dark. Wow. What a fun, dynamic show today, Freddy.
It was really, really, really cool. Monique, thank you for calling in. Carlos, really, really cool to see that this doctor and Daphne are going to be helping.
Dr. Daphne from Health and Vitamin Concepts. I want to give out the number again to Dr. Hare and the FAU Clinic. It is 561-955-2570 is the FAU Clinic to make an appointment. Those that are underinsured, those that have insurance, those that need services, do not worry about the payment. They're there to serve you and give hope, which is what I love. It's back to caring. It's a caring community. And Daphne from Health and Vitamin Concepts is 561-392-8448. She is located at Del Mar Shopping Plaza on the northwest corner of Palmetto Park and Powerline Road.
And that is a perfect combination. Those two go hand in hand. I am a living testimonial to this piece. When I use the word living, I'm not lying. Go see them.
Tomorrow we'll be at the Foundry, 2781 East Atlantic Boulevard. Come on down to our live remote. Say hello, have some lunch and a drink. We'll be there from 12 to 2. All right, everyone, have a wonderful, wishful Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, different place. Be kind to each other.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
that's about it for today, and even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe to rewatch every minute of the show. Call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddie S. after closing, or to leave an order for fun for tomorrow. Have a meaningful day.